Hi, I'm Sean Allen McCoy, and a friend of mine online, Matt Finch, suggested that I write a memoir after reading through several poems, rap, essays, etc. So at 54, I'm going to write a memoir. I'm going to write about my early years first. And I thought I'd tell you a few incidences that were very funny. Not funny at the time, but are very funny now. I went to 3 different high schools, one in Saginaw, Michigan, and 2 in the Cleveland, Ohio area. So my first funny story is about Eisenhower High School and Dennis Sepulveda. Dennis Sepulveda had a 9-inch penis, and he was very, very short. So he had this tremendously huge slong. And he used to end all arguments by saying, well, who's got a bigger dick? And that was it. You couldn't really respond to that. And one time I was doing a weigh-in, and in weigh-ins, of course, you wear as little clothes as possible. And it was in the trainer room. And Dennis Sepulveda started calling me a refugee, that I looked like a refugee because I, at 101 pounds, back then in 9th grade, was quite thin, but I was tough. I was all conference as a freshman in wrestling. And so as he observed me, he was just abusing the hell out of me. And I was already tremendously self-conscious. My nickname was Bones, which I absolutely hated, Bird Legs, which I absolutely hated. But one great thing is Ron Alvarez got in Dennis Sepulveda's face a little bit and said, "Leave this guy alone. Leave this guy alone." So since then, I'm 6'2" now, 220 pounds, exactly 2 body weights of when I was 101 pounds. So I'll be forever grateful for Ron Sepulveda to step in. And my second story is at Berea High School as a sophomore. And I was in my biology class and had to use the facility, which was right next to the biology class. I went in, and the stall doors had all been removed. This is a kind of a horrible drug period there, and kids would go in and get high. So they even removed the stall doors. And I had to go. I had to go terribly bad. So I sit down and proceed to defecate. And 2 guys came, older guys, juniors or seniors, came in, turned at me, and started heckling me as I was taking a shit. And there's not much you can do in that position. They just they were critiquing my bowel movement, and it was literally a horrible thing because you had to continue to use the facility, complete your defecation as you were being heckled. My third memory is at Lake Ridge Academy, my favorite high school. I spent 2 years there. I went to 3 high schools. This was in North Ridgeville, the Cleveland, Ohio area. And I had a huge erection. And this was a problem. This is a problem for all teenage males. And I didn't have a long shirt to untuck and cover it up. So I figured if I pointed it straight up, that no one could discern that it was a huge erection. And I walked through the library, and this one woman, I won't tell her name, was just following my every step, just staring, had tight blue jeans on, was just staring every step at my erection. And by the end of getting through the library, I was so red-faced, so incredibly embarrassed. It's such a wrong thing to do with an erection. So those are just 3 stories that I'll be telling in my memoir. Thanks for listening.